Hi, I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com. Today we're going to do a process that's going to help you to change some of your limiting beliefs. Yesterday I did a video on limiting beliefs and how it's very important to start to become aware of what your limiting beliefs are and how they stop you from attracting the things to you that you want in your life. They come from your subconscious mind. Typically they come from early childhood experiences that we've had, and I talk about that in that other video a little bit, so you may want to check that out if you haven't seen it already. How do we change these limiting beliefs? And there's so many different ideas and ways of changing limiting beliefs that are all legitimate. They all work really, because it really does have a lot to do with your intention and really how bad you desire that change and how much you're really willing to take a look at yourself and accept the reality and accept the responsibility that even though it may not be your fault that you have acquired and accumulated these limiting beliefs, it is entirely your responsibility to accept them, know what they are, observe them, and to change them. That's completely your work to do. I'm going to go over a process that I use in quite a number of my hypnosis CDs. I can tell you for sure I do this exact same thing in my Ultimate Weight Loss Power Pack, which is a very comprehensive program to help people to lose weight, and it really does get to the heart of the matter when it comes to changing your limiting beliefs. And then also in my Manifest Money program, I also talk about changing your limiting beliefs in there. And pretty much any hypnosis program that I have is designed to help you in one way or another through one process or another to change those limiting beliefs at the subconscious level. So right now we're going to go through an exercise though that I used to do in my office with my clients just before hypnotizing them to find out what those beliefs are and creating a new belief around that old belief that is kind of like the answer back. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is figure out what it is that you are wanting to achieve. What is the goal that you're striving for? Is it weight loss? Is it quitting smoking? Is it exercising more? Is it starting a new business? Is it finding the love of your life? Or is it, just having a better relationship in general with the existing love of your life? Is it finding ways to create and have and keep more money in your life? Whatever it is, okay, I want you to think about that thing that you want to create in your life. There are certain actions that you would need to be taking in order to have those things. So we're kind of working a little bit backward by starting with here's a desired result, all right? And then, there are certain action steps that lead to that desired result. You can't just sit in your bedroom and meditate all day and expect somebody to arrive at your front door and say, hey, I'm the love of your life, or I'm here to present you with a check for $1 million, all right? It's not going to happen that way. You're going to have to take some kind of action. So I want you just to think about what is stopping you from taking the necessary action on those things. And whatever it is, there is an action that you're not taking. So this is really time. This kind of work is for people who want to take responsibility, accept their the reality of what's not happening, and really taking a hard, honest look at yourself, not in a way that's like beating you up for not doing these things, but just in a way that's saying, okay, well, I can be objective with myself. I can look at myself maybe from an outside point of view and see that there's certain things that I am not doing that are moving me toward these goals. Now, here's kind of where the magic kind of starts to happen. When you think about the thing that you are not doing, what I want you to do is I want you to come up with, and I want you to be the part of you that stops you. And I want you to be that voice. I want you to speak from the part that says, I don't want to do that action because, all right? So whatever those becauses are, I want you to, becauses, I just made up a word. Whatever those justifications are, those rationalizations, the reasons that you're not taking action on that, how do you justify that? Justifications might sound something like, well, I don't even really know where to begin, or it's just too hard, or I'm too busy, or I don't have enough money, or I don't know the right people. And whatever those reasons are for you, I just made up a few that I could use as an example, but you need to get in touch with your own top 10 negative beliefs around why you're not taking action. And again, these are the things that are supporting your not doing it. Imagine that you are the cheerleader of not doing it. And I want you to just come up with those reasons. And if you think that you can only get 6, all right, you're not looking deep enough. I want you to write 10 down, because if you can get 6, all right, it's 7, 8, 9, and 10 that are going to be the core reasons that you're not doing it. Those reasons are more powerful because you can't even figure out or admit to yourself what those are yet. So that's the next step, is justifying why you're not taking action on it. And trust me on this, you want to write all 10 of these down. I used to hammer my clients for an hour in the chair to come up with these 10, and we performed miracles because of the fact that I stuck to my guns. There's always 10. Okay, there's more. There's probably 20. You can pause this video to do that right now. And or you can just, like I said, write the steps down and do it later, because you're not going to come up in all 10 in just the amount of time that we're talking here. So the next step that you want to do, once you have those 10, great, all right? You can accept that these are your limiting beliefs. Ta-da! We have come up with the limiting beliefs. And that's important that you acknowledge that you have these limiting beliefs. And right now, I'm not so concerned about where they came from. Some schools of thought would have you getting in touch with where they came from and feeling the feeling that goes along with those negative beliefs. And just for my experience, I have found that it's not really so important that you understand necessarily where these negative beliefs came from. Just that you understand that you have them, and the choice is yours as to what you want to do with them. Do these beliefs serve you in getting what you want? And so now what we want to do is we want to take each one of these beliefs and we want to convert them to the positive belief that you would need to have in order to take action on that goal. If you exactly at that same belief level can change that belief to something that is going to support you in doing that, then obviously it stands to reason that you get that belief firmly into your subconscious mind, you're going to start to behave and act differently and begin to do the things that it's going to take for you to do to achieve that goal. This is your answer back to the limiting belief. I don't know where to begin. A lot of people get caught up in confusion. I don't really know where to start. And that can become, and it can, whatever feels true for you. You don't want to just, I want to forewarn you, you're going to be sending out the wrong vibration if you lie to yourself. All right. And again, this is another area of opinion where I believe that if you just say, I know exactly where to begin, well, what does that do? That doesn't do anything. That's not true. And so you want to start with what is possibly true for you. And so I don't know where to begin. Let's just start with that limiting belief. That can become, I'm willing to begin tapping into the answers I know are within. Can you get behind that? All right. And if you can get behind that, then that is the first belief. All right. I'm too busy, for example, would become I am important and I'm willing to make time for myself. Or this goal, whatever this goal is, you substitute that with your goal. Exercise is so important to me that I am happy to make time for it. You see how that is, different from I always make time for exercise. Well, that's not necessarily true. That's lying to yourself. So you want to, what can you take on? How much of this belief that you really want to have? There's a belief that you really, really do want to have, but you want to take little baby steps toward that belief. All right. So fast forwarding, you have converted all 10 of your negative beliefs to your 10 positive affirmations. Now that you have your verbal affirmation, your auditory affirmation, you're hearing yourself being able to say this thing, right? Now what you want to do is I want you to take 15 minutes every day for yourself. You can do that, right? You can take 15 whole minutes for yourself. And I want you to create a visual image of yourself in each of these affirmations. So when you see yourself, when you think of yourself, having more time for yourself or tapping into the resources, what does that look like? There's an image that goes along with that thought. So maybe tapping into some resources is seeing yourself going, aha, I've got it. And then the next step would be to feel, what does that feel like? Oh, you probably feel relieved, you feel happy, you feel excited, you feel, you see yourself jumping up and down, like I really have tapped, I know what I'm going to do. I've got it figured out. And that is what makes and stimulates these affirmations and makes them so powerful. That's what makes them work. Just saying affirmations isn't necessarily going to work, but you're incorporating your image, which is speaking to your subconscious mind. That's where these beliefs are, in your subconscious mind. So now you're visualizing it and you're feeling it, and you are creating a more positive vibration. And so that is how you're going to change your limiting beliefs. So I want you to take 15 minutes every day and go through this process. Now you can make this a little easier because I already kind of do this in a very general way with most of my hypnosis sessions. That's what most of my hypnosis sessions are based upon, is understanding kind of some of the more typical general beliefs that people have about this particular topic, and I address those in an affirming, a visual, and a feeling way. So that's how you do it. That's how you change your limiting beliefs. Those are the steps. It's up to you to choose what you're going to do with that information and how bad you desire to achieve those things that you want to achieve. And those limiting beliefs are limiting you from taking action and achieving those things that you want to achieve. So it's a simple technique. No one said it's easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing. It is not that it's hard. It's just that it takes work, and it takes commitment, and it takes dedication, and it takes creativity. And so it just depends on really how bad do you want it. So I have many different CDs that cover all these things already, and this is also a specific way that you yourself can do these things without any help. You have all the resources that you need inside of you. So I hope that you will use these techniques. I hope that you will take that 15 minutes for yourself. You're important, you're worthy, you deserve to have all of the things that you want. You have a right to have the things that you want. I believe that it serves no purpose for people to walk around unfulfilled, unhappy, poor, whatever, without all of the things that they want. So I want to help you to have those things. I want to help as many people as I can to have those things. I believe the more people that have what they want, the more peace there is. And so this is my way of helping the world to become a better place, is to help people to figure out how to get what they want. I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com. Have a wonderful day.